Hey, 10-year-old son, you're gonna get circumcised. Hey there, my name is Knife Suicide. I'm 33 years old, from Brooklyn, New York. I am a New York City girl, lived here my whole life. And I grew up Roman Catholic, so that wasn't really a discussion I had. On top of that, I'm an only child, so I don't have any siblings, brothers, maybe for them to be like, hey, this is what we think on circumcision. It was just never a topic. My family's pretty conservative, so discussions on sex are pretty taboo. I'm pretty opposite from them, hence all the tattoos. I've seen both. Define circumcision, that's textbook. That's literally cutting off the foreskin of a man's dick in order to reveal like the shaft underneath. Basically that is what circumcision is. You're basically just getting rid of like the hood or the foreskin of the penis. I don't even remember. I have no clue what age I was when I heard about circumcision on circumcision. I can't really give you a good answer on that. What I thought at the time when I did know about circumcision, I think I thought it was surprising that when I have seen like circumcised dicks, that I actually thought circumcised dicks were the norm. Not to say, but I thought that's what an anatomically normal looking dick looked like, was circumcised basically. So when I saw an uncircumcised dick for the first time, I was just like, oh, that's what this is supposed to look like normally? I don't know, I was just surprised, that's all. Circumcision is usually performed during infancy, like when a child is just born. That's pretty much a normal thing to do. No, I have not at all. I don't know anybody who's done it later in life. I only know about when they had it done, and it was there, we weren't even conscious. They were too young to remember. They were before 3 years old. So why Americans circumcise males, and if I know the history on it, I genuinely do not know the history on it. I'm assuming it's related to Abrahamic religions, honestly. Just like, I don't know, maybe it's related to some sort of custom in like Jewish backgrounds, even maybe Muslim backgrounds. I just feel like it's like a religious, sort of Abrahamic religious sort of tie. I don't know what it is deeper, but it's probably some sort of like just custom done with religion. Why it's done basically. I know part of it is also a cleanliness thing, so when you have the foreskin removed, it's easier, basically. It's actually easier to clean. I know when you have foreskin, you have to clean it, basically. But when you have it removed, there's no cleaning that needs to be done. I'm neutral on circumcision, honestly. I don't think it's positive or negative. I do know when a man is circumcised versus an uncircumcised man, he's able to feel all the sensation in his penis better. Like, it's more pleasurable because it's there. When you get rid of it, you're getting rid of like tissue that can enhance the sensation when a man is having sex. So that is a downfall, but a majority of people do have their penises circumcised and they're still able to enjoy sex pretty well. I don't think it's really negative or positive because it's at an age that's so early, they will have absolutely no recollection of it being painful. I mean, if any comparison, like little girls get their ears pierced at like 5 years old, and even that I find like kind of awkward. I think that should be, if the girl requests getting her ears pierced, I don't think a woman should get her ears pierced by proxy. But at that point, the child's already conscious usually when they, or can remember things when they get their ears pierced. Like, I know I got my ears pierced at 5. Most girls I talked to had their ears pierced kind of the same age, like 5 to 7, but at that point you remember it. When you're circumcised, there's no recollection, so I don't really see it as a problem. Okay, this question's really interesting. Would I ask a man within 3 dates if he's circumcised, and if he's not, if you get a circumcision done? Apparently this is a question women ask. I don't give a flying I literally don't. I am never gonna ask someone to get circumcised. That's your prerogative. It doesn't impact me in any way. And I know it's also aesthetics because apparently it looks better when it's cut, but I really don't care. Like, as long as the person is cleaning under the hood of the foreskin, as long as they're cleaning it, if they're not cut, that's all I care about, is like your hygiene and someone being sanitary. Otherwise, I will never tell anyone what to do. It really has no negative or negative or positive impacts in my life if someone's circumcised or uncircumcised compared to female genital mutilation and people being anti-circumcision comparing it to that. No, absolutely not. Female genital mutilation is very like deeply misogynistic, because at that point the reason you're doing that is so that the woman cannot experience sexual pleasure. Getting circumcised is not related to that, and men, when they are circumcised, they still can. Every guy I know, like majority of men I've met are circumcised. They are able to experience sex like profoundly. When you do female genital mutilation, you are literally getting rid of the possibility of a woman achieving orgasm or even enjoying sex. So no, it's not comparable. If circumcision happens in my family, I have no clue. Like I said, I'm from a pretty conservative family. I don't have any siblings. It would be really weird to be like, hey dad, are you circumcised? Hey cousin, are you circumcised? That would be really inappropriate to ask them. I have no clue if it happened to my family or not, honestly. That would be weird. That would be incestuous if I looked at my family's junk. I don't plan to have children. This has been a thing since I've been 5. I've never wanted kids, honestly. If it were like the case that happened, I really don't want kids though. But if it did, it would be a fair discussion with my partner, what their preference is, and what they think is right, because I think it's pretty neutral. I don't think it's bad or good. The only thing I would need to learn as a mother, if the child was uncircumcised, learning how we're teaching the kid how to keep that area clean. That is all that would matter, is I just want them to be hygienic, and as a mother, I would have to be responsible for keeping that clean until they're a certain age. You know, like you wash a baby, you're cleaning them. So I would have to teach them this is what you have to do, so you know you don't get sick or anything like that, or get an infection down there. But honestly, I'm pretty neutral. It doesn't seem like the pros and cons are bad. All I know is if I technically had a child that was circumcised, definitely when they're really, really young, I would not be like, hey, 10-year-old son, you're gonna get circumcised now. I think that's just like really f***ed up. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed my answers to this podcast. Bye.